All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live right here, right now. We got the one and only, we got Russell Block Spencer, CEO of Block Entertainment, live on the line. How you doing? How you doing this evening?
What's your homeboy? How you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I first and foremost got to say, man, quickly before we jump into this, that I've been a fan of yours for a long time, man. You know, you helped give birth to such amazing hip hop acts, man. So I just got to say, thank you for your contribution to hip hop, man.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. We're gonna continue to keep building.
But I want to take you back to the very beginning, man. I got to ask you, how did you actually get into the music industry initially? Because I got to say, your career is so extensive within music.
Yeah. Well, I came in like more his family with Tupac and his family. Tupac was was introduced me by his sister, of course, and I grew up around like some of his people in Atlanta. And when Tupac was in L.A. or Oakland or the Bay State, back in '94, he moved to Atlanta. When he moved to Atlanta, his sister introduced me to him, and we went from there. And then I started working on a group of Outlaws, and I just,
I
like,
gotta say, it must have been surreal, man, to actually just be there at such a young age, like watching Tupac flourish. Because in '94, that was around like the Thug Life days. That was right, probably in the midst of when he just started, probably making Me Against the World.
absolutely, that's what it was. You're right on point.
But also, I gotta ask as well. Like, you don't want me asking, like, what's one of your most fondest memories you shared with Tupac, man? Because back in those days, like I said, it must have been just surreal just being able to work alongside such a legendary individual like him.
Well, like I said, when I first got around, it was more like family. It was more like this the shift, the way Pac worked. Pac really taught us how to really put all the play shit apart. Like put that to the side. Stay in the studio, grind. Read. Learn more about what you're trying to do, the culture. Learn how to really turn nothing into something. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my fondest times around legendary people to get to learn stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people probably have to tell stories of, like what you did and what you whoop and all that. But I mean, but the best times around, man, he was teaching us, being the outlaws, how to really turn your time and like into something. Or just be burning time.
And also in the late '90s, you had the opportunity to run Suave House Records, man. I was wondering, how did that opportunity arise for you? And of course, what artists did you actually work with during your time at that record company?
Yeah, when I was I was introduced by DJ Greg Street. He worked in Atlanta, B103, from 6 to 10. Greg Street, like I met Greg Street, of the music business. And Greg introduced me to A. Barlow JG. And then they introduced me to Tony Draper, which was the chairman and the owner of Suave House. And he made me president when I did Tila whole albums, with Jazzy Say. And then Tony Draper turned with Barnes Neighbor from Houston to Atlanta. And so we set up shop. Then that's where I signed Lenore, L-I-N-O-H, Lenore. So I signed him. And I signed Rick Ross over there as well. I signed Rick Ross in '96.
And I gotta say as well, like Rick Ross is like still a huge name today, man. So like, you just being able to alone just discover him, man, is absolutely phenomenal. Like, when you actually first discovered him, did you think he was gonna be as big as he is today? Because he's a household name.
Man, absolutely. When you meet certain writers, you meet certain people, and the game was in Rick Ross. He wasn't on him, it was in him. And he used to always, he was before his time. Like, he was up there rapping verses along with Jay-Z. Like, if Jay write a verse, he could write a verse. If Nas write a verse, he could write a verse. Shit, even if 8 Ball write a verse, he could write a verse. He was just, like, he was just on it like that. And then he believed in himself. Nobody could tell him he wasn't going to make it. And those type of artists that we need, that we need. We don't need to drag nobody to the water to drink. Ross took it there.
And I gotta ask as well, is Rick Ross still signed to you today? Because I do know that was a while ago. Like, but did he ever actually sign with Block Entertainment itself?
No. No. Well, right after that, we signed as partners. So, like, I mean, like with Jesus, when I first had Jesus, we signed as partners. So, sometimes, man, a lot of other artists, too. Like, some people come to you, they come to you as artists. And some people come to you with their own plan, what they're going to be. And I just get an opportunity to really go after that plan that they want. So, yes, we came as partners.
But also in the year 2000, you actually launched your label, as we know, Block Entertainment. I was wondering, what's the story behind that label, and of course, like, who do you currently have signed to you today?
Well, like I launched Block Entertainment through the Boyz in the Hood. That was the first act on Block Entertainment. It was Boyz in the Hood, and that consisted of Jeezy, Joe Breeze, Big Duke, and Big E. So I signed Gorilla Zone. So I signed Young Jock. That's all the artists to this day. But I have some new artists as well. I got a big artist. He's like real big on TikTok right now. He made Big Stunt. BIG $Tunt. I mean, man, this kid's it's crazy. 17-year-old kid. He got a song out right now with Pooh Shiesty called Money Game. We working right now like on his album called In My Blood. We doing that right now. I signed Prince Perez. He's like, one of the artists in my behavior. And got dope records with him, Chris Kelly, DJ Khaled. That's coming soon. I got a new rap group called Walk Down Gang, WDG. Some young cats, they really coming at you. Got an R&B girl named Chris Kelly. Man, I'm just piling on, man. Rebuilding hip-hop, block by block.
And also, as well, in 2005, Block Entertainment actually signed an exclusive joint venture deal with Bad Boy Records. I was wondering, how did that deal come to be? And of course, how did yourself and Puff Daddy get connected, man? Because that right there was a game changer for Southern hip hop, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy because I was on the Tupac side. I could with Tupac with a beef. I was on that side, and so we kind of cleared the beef. Once Pop passed, like I went to Tupac mom, so that's what actually got me a label deal. Not with Tupac, not with Bad Boy. She got me a label deal with Warner Brothers as well. But with doing that deal, looks like I got the Bad Boy deal, and I got that through Kim Porter, which was Puff Kid's mom. Kim Porter and I, we were real cool. I mean, we were younger, and she introduced me to Puff thoroughly, and Puff loved the group I had and on the side.
And I gotta say as well, man, I remember when Boyz in the Hood actually dropped on Bad Boy South and Block Entertainment, man. And I know you actually discovered that group, so I gotta ask, man, just growing up, that was one of my favorite records of all time. So I gotta ask, man, like, what's the story behind that group? Like, how did you actually discover all these legendary artists and put them in a group?
Yeah, like I watched the game for a minute, like you say. Like I launched Block Entertainment, my personal label, 7 years after I got into the game. So that made, so that allowed me to like sit back and watch a lot of things. I'm gonna be telling a lot of artists now, don't be too much in a rush to get in the game. Sometimes you gotta sit on the sideline and learn the game. And so, just being on the sideline, man, I just saw that, what you create on your own, because a lot of people, a lot of labels, even there, a lot of labels, they just jump out to whatever hot. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really what I want to do. Like I always want to build my own fire. And that's what I did, because at first I built the Boyz as a good group. It was like going to be a superstar group. It was going to be like T.I., Sean Parker, the Young Bloods, Trick Daddy, and Joe Breeze at the time. And I was like, well, you know what? Anybody can build a super group. You know what I'm saying? That ain't going to really last long. I don't think that'll really, just take Block Entertainment and take my name in the history. It's about building a super group, because anybody can do that. So I just went out and got, people that was really doing what they was doing. Like Jesus, he really was doing what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Jordan was really a little young dude, just looking ahead. He was a real headbanger, and of course, Duke was the OG. Because I met Duke through the Swamp Hard days as well. I just wanted to build a group, man, and really stood 10 toes on what they say they did.
And I remember as well when Them Boys actually dropped, man. Me personally, that was a game changer, man. That song still slaps today, man.
Yeah.
I remember as well that you were actually on the remix as well. I believe you had an outro as well, actually, on the Them Boys remix.
Yeah, I put because I had put Game and Ti on a remix, and one day, man, me and Puff was talking, and Puff was saying, hey man, whatever you do, make sure that you like dealing with artists or do something that has your signature on it. Like whenever you deal with an artist, make sure that you do your thing as well because sometimes a lot of people will write you out of history. So you got to make your own history, And I just started talking on the record, just like he did. But I said, you know what? I won't do every record. I just do remixes. That's how I started, the East Side Chiller Rider as a character, always talking to records. Because, think about it. Think about it today. Everybody talking on records still here to this day. Swiss Beats, the Main of Free, Puff, everybody talking on records that, they hear, to this day. But I kind of set that off, and I kind of like, you know what, on my new label, my old, and my new venture, man, I'm just going to let the artists make themselves. You know what I'm saying?
And also in 2010, you actually portrayed yourself in the TV series The Package alongside Chamillionaire. I was wondering, can you tell us a bit more about that project? And of course, what was it like actually taking up acting alongside Chamillionaire?
Yeah, I was, the director of BET, they called me, and they were saying that they're working on this BET Awards about the package, and they need all the real stand-up guys that run their markets. They need them to be part of it. I was like, yo, man, it's so good doing it. They flash out something else. The music business or anything, you got to reinvent yourself. I thought it was a good way to reinvent myself and keep pushing.
And I gotta ask you as well. Do you think you might take up other acting roles, obviously like in 2021, if they get offered to you?
Hey man, I've been offered all kind of deals and all kind of stuff, man. What I did, man, I took a break. To raise the kids. I'm back now. Everybody down at the house, and it's time to really do them. Kind of spread my wings a little wider. I'm ready for whatever, man. They got that check. Hey, they got that check, and I'm with it. Let's go.
Hey man, most definitely. You know what I mean? It's at the end of the day, especially with this year, man, with the pandemic going on, like everybody's strapped, unfortunately, man. So you know what? Hopefully you land some more movie deals, man. Because I remember watching that back in 2010. I gotta say, you're a phenomenal actor, man. So I really hope that you do land some more acting deals in the near future.
Hey man, I appreciate that, man. Also, man, maybe I go on YouTube. Zoe did a movie back in the day. It's a whole movie. You got to put the movie. It was called "Don't Feed the Animals," and then put the movie behind it. That's a good thing too, man. Don't Feed the Animals, the movie. I just checked it out. Gorillas Up, Big Block.
And also in 2005, you were actually a co-executive producer of the short crime film Rocco Presents Food. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners like a little bit more about being a producer of that project, and of course, like what exactly was Rocco Presents Food actually about?
No. Actually, I be seeing it in my. I think that's a typo because that really wasn't me. But I see that too. And my people look me up. Yeah, but that really wasn't me though.
I gotta say, I'm glad you're clearing that up, actually, because I know IMDb sometimes they do have some flaws in there, man. Like I know it's anybody that has an actual like IMDb account, they can actually edit stuff. So hopefully people that are listening, you know what I mean, they can actually fix that up for you.
Yeah, man, I need y'all to fix that, man. Handle that, man. We'll put another flaw in my thing, man. We'll keep it 1,000 over here.
But also, you've been working very closely with a new artist called Big Stunt that's actually going to be taking over our airwaves tomorrow night as well. But I was wondering if you can let our listeners know a bit more about this brand new artist. And of course, like, what currently does he have going on? What current stuff does he have coming up?
Yeah, like right now, like I say, we're working on his album. We're going to LA to his album this week. Man, like I met the kid, like, what I love about Stunt, man, like he did like me. Like he started his own fire. What I mean by that is he made a song one night, like he put it out, and shit went viral, shit went crazy. And all the was telling me, man, yo, who is this kid down south that making these doing? And so I got in touch with him, and met him, and just so happened, like I knew his dad knew me, and we just took it up from there, man. I just picked him up side and started managing, and now, man, this kid got an album coming out, mixtape, so a whole bunch of sponsors, trying to get at him. I mean, 'cause this kid was like number one, was one of the number ones of last year for the most viral on TikTok.
And I gotta say as well, though, like, he is such a phenomenal hip-hop artist, man. We've been playing his Money Gang here, actually, on the radio station. I'm telling you, it's been slapping. People have been loving it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. We're gonna make sure that you get all the exclusives, man. We'll make sure you have all that.
Hey, most definitely. If you all the exclusive you send them, we most definitely will spin them here on Outlaw Radio FM.
Yeah, appreciate that.
But I gotta ask you as well, what is next for Russell Block Spencer and of course Block Entertainment? Because I know, you have a phenomenal company that's been going for years, and you guys are doing some big things. So I gotta ask, like, what is next for yourself and your company?
Man, TV, man. We're gonna do Block film. Do some stuff now. Some movie scripts. Working on that, man. And also, man, I just want to rebuild hip hop one more round. I'm going around to different cities. Like one of my biggest plans, man, is I really want to touch like other places where hip hop don't live. And what I mean by that is, like if you go to New York, you hear about hip hop. LA, Miami, Atlanta. But I want to go to different places. I want to go to different cities like Seattle. I want to go to different places just different places where you won't see a block at, where you won't see a Puff Dad at, like just different markets that they got that dope hip hop, but they don't have it in the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? So all y'all artists, man, y'all follow me at at Block Big Block ESC, BIGBLOCK ESC. You know what I'm saying? Send me your records, man. Different markets, man. Untapped markets. Rebuilding hip hop block by block. We coming, baby. So come spin that block.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, right before we wrap things up, Block, like I said before this interview, man, you gave birth to so many legendary hip hop acts within hip hop. So I gotta ask you, like, because I know a lot of individuals, they have certain ways that they go about accepting records, and we got a lot of great underground talent that really do listen to this radio station. So if they are listening to this interview tonight, I gotta ask you, like, what's your process of accepting demos? Like, do you need hard copies, or do you need digital files?
Nah, they can actually, man. They can actually send it to block.assistant@gmail. BLOCK.assistant ASSISTANT Just send me one or two records. Don't flood it up, man. We don't get greedy. Just send me like one or two records. And also, man, if y'all can help start it up on your own, that'd be good for me. You know what I'm saying? If you got a dope ass record that's moving, I most definitely want that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way, man, a lot of stuff gets forward, man. You start on your own, man, and believe in yourself. But you should quite different to sit around with somebody and come help you.
I most definitely agree. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, you got a hot record, gather it up and shoot it over. You never know. You might be the next hot artist on Block Entertainment.
Absolutely.
But I gotta say, Block, I know you have a flight to catch here shortly, so I'm gonna let you go. But I gotta say again, thank you so much for just taking a little bit of your time this evening and sliding into the radio station airwaves. It was an honor and most definitely a privilege, and I wish you nothing but the best and, of course, a safe flight this evening.
Hey, man, appreciate you, baby. Stay in touch with me. I got you.
Most definitely. You need anything, don't hesitate to reach out, Block. Thank you so much.
Good deal.